Hey guys, good morning, it's Mel. You're probably wondering what is going on here. And good thing if you're wondering that, because I will tell you. This is going to be part one because I don't know how to combine videos. You guys know me. What you see is what you get. I don't do any editing or things like that because doing videos and things, you guys know who do them, is already time consuming in itself. You take time out of your day, and I don't mind it, I like to do it. But if I was to add on editing, and although it makes for nice effects, but I personally just don't have the time right now. Maybe in the future I will look into it, but I try to just, you know, go with the flow, and then whatever's on the video is on the video, you guys know. Because I'm, like I said before, I'm always mentioning how I'm knocking over tripods, I'm always doing something. So anyway, I thought this would be a part one, and it might be good to show you the process if it works. So if you're watching this, it probably did work, and which is why I'm posting it. Who knows? Knowing me, I may even post it anyway and just show you my fail. But a while ago, a lot of my lovely friends on here, hi guys, mentioned, I was telling you guys about how I want to cut burlap, like die cut it. But you were mentioning like the, I brought it down here, hold on. It's like fray something, zero fray, fray check. Here it is. And I bought this, and as you see, I didn't use it yet. But only because I think there's different forms, but my Joann's only had it like this. And I can't imagine doing what I want to do with this, because here's my issue. I think this is more for like, say like the end of your fabric or whatever, when you're done to seal it. But they don't know we're trying to do crazy stuff with it, like die cut it and run it through die cut. So, of course, what I want to do is I want to die cut some letters with this, and all around the edges of the letters. Imagine how crazy that would be to fray. So I want to make my own letters, which is my goal. So I figured I would attempt this, and I'll show you what I used. And this, like I said, it's going to be my part one, so that if any of you want to try it, and I'll let you know the results at the end. So what we're working with right now, and what you're going to need to do this, is some type of freezer paper, maybe wax paper might work, and I'll show you a quick peek of our messy table. This is where Maya was just working on this one. She was helping me. So we're on my kitchen table, just moved everything aside, and sorry, I'm trying not to make you dizzy. So you lay out the freezer paper. You're going to need you need some type of paper, you need one of these little disposable things, unless you feel like rinsing it out, for the glue. I use Mod Podge, and I thought I was going to have to go out and buy, because for whatever, this is so old. I don't know how long I've had this, but I know they still have it at the stores. But this one says matte. So I thought I had the shiny one, and I thought, oh, that might ruin the whole burlap fall, you know, Christmassy look. But I see here that it does say matte, so I'm hoping it does dry clear. Well, I know it's going to dry clear, but I'm hoping it's not shiny. But I remember using this on, I made, somebody I work for, his grandkids were going to Disney World, and I made them both their own personal autograph books. And I used this on the top of one of them, and I remember not liking how shiny it came out. So I'm hoping that doesn't do that, even though it says matte. Hoping that doesn't do that to my project now. So anyway, back to that. So you need your paper, your applicator, whatever you're going to use as glue, and this is what I used. And it takes quite a bit. And then your scissors. You don't need a Vitamix. That's my husband's Vitamix. Vitamix not needed. Him and his healthy juicer kicks. But anyway, and then you're going to need some type of clothespin. This is if you're going to hang to dry, and these are just things that I think, you know, we'll probably all have around the house, and that I didn't use. So then what we did is, after we did a, you know, thin coat, and you kind of have to work quick because this burlap sucks it up. As you can see, this one's like fully loaded, and this one's been drying a little longer. So I have one out front on my porch, hanging to dry. I did a double size of this, the regular color burlap. That's because I figured I'd use that the most. But I'd recommend just to do these small, I didn't measure anything, these small, like maybe 6x6, 8x8 sections, just because it's easier to work with. You put a little bit on, you got to quick spread it all around. And I went all the way from edge to edge, even though it doesn't look like I have it here, but I think that part has just dried so far. But I did get all the way around the edges, because, you know, that's probably going to be where it frays the most. And you don't want to miss a spot, because if that's where it cuts around your letter. And I also want to cut out like little pendant things, and I didn't want them to fray too much. I like the frayed look, but I don't want them to fray beyond control to where you can't tell what, you know, what you're working with. So I did this, and then this was like the whitish color burlap. I have the brown outside, so this is actually green. I don't know if you can tell with all the cloudy glue on it. And then here's a red one drying, and it's a really, really pretty red. See, here it is. Here it is non-touched, and here it is with the glue on it. So it's lightening up now, but it's going to dry clear. So I want to get this, because it does make a mess, and this is why you want the paper down. I want to get this up, and I'm going to hang this one also on a hanger on my porch with the little clips. So stay tuned. I'm going to try to I'm going to save this video until I get the rest done. So it's going to take a while to dry, and I'm going to see if our project worked. Because somebody, one of my friends on here had mentioned, you know, make sure you post your burlap adventures, because I was saying how I was going to try this or try that. And I think it's nice, like I say this all the time, when you guys, you know, kind of show the process of what you're working on, because it kind of helps, because you're trying to figure out, how will I do that? What do I need to do that? Will it work if I do that? So it helps. So this is part 1. Stay tuned for part 2 with the results. Bye, guys.